Are genuinely virtuous women still around? What defines a virtuous woman anyway? Presently, it seems like many women believe it's acceptable to explore their romantic lives in their 20s and later adopt a pseudo born-again virgin persona to eventually settle down with an unsuspecting guy. However, more men are catching on, and the allure of committing to someone who has freely shared intimate connections with others doesn't hold much appeal. If you haven't walked the path of preserving your purity or aspire to be with just one person, the label of a virtuous woman might not quite fit.
How tall does a man have to be to get with you?
6'2". 6 foot.
6 foot minimum.
At least 6 foot. Something to be under 6 foot.
What height is too short for a guy?
Anything under 6'5".
How much money does a guy need to date you?
About like 100K. 100,000. At least 100K a month. 200,000 a month.
Probably well over 400K.
500 grand at the least.
On the figures. Like $1 million, $2 million? Mils.
Minimum £1 million. That's still fine. I need a millionaire.
There are some things I expect a man to pay for while I'm dating him or we're in a relationship.
Here are some of my rules for a first date. Give me my rules for a first date.
Number 1, I'm not saving your number in my phone until we're engaged.
Do not take me to a fancy restaurant. Show me your tax returns. Show me your bank statements. Show me your face. Show me your profile.
We're saying no to coffee dates. We're saying no to buffer dates. We're saying no to walks in a park.
I do not accept a coffee or a walk as a possible date option. Show me your body, top to bottom. Do a 360. Those are the requirements for you to come for me. Those are the requirements for you to come for me. Okay? You think I'm joking? It's the actual truth.
When I'm about to drop in this video, the reason why women don't like modern dating rules. Let's get into it. Women biologically are hypergamous beings. In short, find the best possible mate for the best result in reproduction. So all are going after the same guy, the majority trying to date the minority. Based on what that guy is looking for, he can be as picky as he want to be. Try as many flavors of ice cream as he wants without commitment, because we in hookup culture now. And women do not benefit from this arrangement because the men that they want to commit are much less likely to commit.
Once upon a time, a relationship wasn't just a casual fling. It was a hardcore job interview for marriage. Marriage, darling, wasn't a quaint romantic notion. It was a binding contract, a prerequisite for unlocking the mystical realm of sexual access to women. It was the social glue holding together the family unit, ensuring stability and survival. Now, before you roll your eyes and start dreaming of Tinder swipes, let's talk evolution. Our unconscious brains are like ancient matchmakers with a twist of repellent charm. No historical, contemporary, or biological evidence suggests we were ever meant to be lovey-dovey for eternity. We're wired for variety, not eternal romance. Marriage, you see, was our cunning escape plan from the Stone Age grind. It came with rules, constraints, and expectations. Men used to embrace the burden of providing for women, enduring the inevitable sexual stagnation that accompanies all relationships. We didn't want the relationship. We endured it for the things we value: sex, our own spawn, peace, respect, and a well-organized household. Simple, right? In the pre-tech era, when leisure meant not getting eaten by a saber-toothed tiger, marriage was a practical deal for the well-being of society and little ones. It wasn't just a personal choice, it was a societal demand for the greater good. But my dears, cue the dramatic twist. Enter no-fault divorce and child support laws, the wrecking balls to men's relationship dreams. The value we once derived from relationships got shredded like last season's fashion. Trust, that precious element, got yanked out from under us. When marriage was a solid contract, we could trust you enough to invest. Marriage wasn't about pouring our souls into healing inner children or staging a Broadway-level romantic performance. It was about realistic expectations, shared purposes, and a bit of societal muscle flexing. Now, with divorce on the menu for every woman, anytime, anywhere, marriage became a risk fest for men. It's a sad, simple truth. Marriage and family turned into a no-go zone for the Y chromosome. So much for the good old days. A significant portion of men are increasingly disinterested in pursuing relationships with women. And this trend is on the rise. If men comprehensively understood the biological dynamics behind relationships, juxtaposed with modern women's expectations and the legal implications of family court, it's doubtful that any man would willingly enter into one. From a biological standpoint, A woman seeks safety, security, and provisioning in a relationship. The concept of falling in love is deeply ingrained, a biological impulse to form bonds with the highest value male, a necessity for women historically tasked with caring for children from infancy to adolescence. This bonding was crucial for survival until recent generations. In contrast, men, programmed by evolution to achieve and protect, don't carry this need in the same way. For successful and attractive men with options, a relationship is a pragmatic pursuit, where emotional attachment plays a comparatively minor role. Historically, a relationship was essentially a structured interview for marriage, a contract that granted sexual access, ensured social stability, and contributed to family survival. Marriage itself is a cultural adaptation, not a biological one, shaped by the need for societal rules governing procreation. Marriage served as a set of rules, constraints, and expectations that men accepted in exchange for valued outcomes: sex, children, peace, respect, and an efficient gender-based household. In an era before the romanticized notion of love-based marriages, people understood marriage as a practical endeavor necessary for societal well-being and enforced by societal demands. However, the landscape has changed dramatically. No-fault divorce and child support laws have dismantled the value men derive from relationships and marriage. The removal of trust from the contract, with divorce becoming an option for women at any time and for any reason, has made marriage and family a risk-prohibitive venture for men. The simplicity of this transformation is, unfortunately, quite depressing. A contemporary relationship, as per women's expectations, embodies everything we vehemently reject and will never desire. It's the undesirable part, not the essence. It's an expectation biologically impossible to meet. It's the incessant nagging, the constant complaints, and the ceaseless demands for attention. It's the persistent taste of disappointment in the air, emanating like sweat from a woman's pores. It's the unrealistic burden of being responsible for your happiness. It's the exasperating drama created to test our manliness and foster a sense of connection. It's the nauseating dread of obligatory spontaneity and romance on every anniversary, holiday, and date night. It's enduring family visits during the holiday season, akin to having bamboo shoved under our fingernails. It's wasting weekends shopping for useless items or wandering through a field for cringe-worthy family portraits. It's the expenditure of time and money on futile attempts to keep you entertained, as if we were circus animals on a leash, performing on cue. It's enduring illogical, erratic, irrational behaviors and outbursts, feeling reduced to a mule plodding silently toward the grave with a discontented lunatic astride our backs, watching our dreams vanish. It's the soul-crushing realization that marriage has become the worst contract in history, a never-ending audition for a role in a farcical high school musical, risking the destruction of dreams and loss of children. Being married feels like a perpetual feeding, pouring one's soul into a bottomless pit, like imprisonment with a psychotic cellmate. It's a living hell, a form of slavery, a continuous death. The countless declarations of love become unbearable. The biological essence of men, shaped over millions of years, is rendered obsolete by technological innovations. Now we're reduced to mere entertainers at the expense of our dignity, freedom, goals, dreams, hobbies, friendships, and everything that brings us joy. Marriage is like an endless feast where your essence is devoured. It's akin to pouring your very soul into a pit without a bottom. Picture being confined in a prison cell with a certifiably psychotic roommate. Imagine sipping on dog excrement through a straw, center stage, clad in a clown suit, all while being violated with the cold barrel of a gun against the back of your head, as family and friends gleefully observe. It's nothing short of hell on earth, a relentless form of slavery, a living death. And let's not even start on the countless women professing love. If I had a penny for every "I love you," I'd be drowning in wealth. At this point, if another woman utters those words, I feel like my very skin would rebel against me, staging a grand escape. All a man can do is protect himself. Women, collectively, have hunted good men to near extinction, transforming the dating market into a sociopath's paradise. You wanted to have it all, and now you can have the pleasure you sought, but the cake is dwindling. reap what you sow. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you can be the first to know when my new video drops. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.